If you've not completed question 1 of the project, here's a quick video to run you through the process. You do have printed instructions that I handed out before spring break, and you can find a copy of those on Canvas under Project, Phase 2, Instructions for Question 1. So you can read the instructions online or print them out if you have a printer. But let's work through what you have to do for question 1. So you'll open up your spreadsheet. This is what you submitted before. If you don't have this, you can go to the page where you submitted it on Canvas and download it so that you can work on it. So make sure you're on the data spreadsheet page of the file. And in column B here, we're going to left click in cell B3 and drag down through all 55 responses in that first column of responses. Then I've released the mouse button, and I'm going up here to insert a pivot table. Clicking on where it says pivot table, and now I'm just going to click OK in the box that pops up. And notice over here on the right, there's an empty box next to the word class lecture. So I'm going to click that, and my responses show up here. Now I'm going to click on the words class lectures and drag them down to this box here that says values. And so it is counted up how many of each of these I had in my spreadsheet. Now I'm going to change the heading to column A here. I can either just double click it, it'll give me a cursor, and I can delete what's there and type in class lectures. I'm going to change the heading of column B to frequency. Another way to change that is go up here to the formula bar and change it up there. I want to remove the grand total row, so I'm going to click on that, right click on the words grand total, and just remove grand total. Now I'm going to create a percent column. I'm going to double click cell C3 and type in percent. And I wanted that to be bold, so let me make that bold. And let me make this the same color as those other two columns. So row 2, box 5. Yeah, that matches. Now, in cell C4, I'm going to click on that and type in equals B4 slash for divided by 55. Enter. Now I want that to be in the form of a percent, so I'm going to click on that and go up here and click the percent button. That worked, but sometimes this button doesn't work and you have to use the drop-down menu and select the percentage format. And I'm not going to be picky about how many decimal places you have, but we can show more or fewer decimal places. So if I want it rounded to the nearest whole percent, I can click this decrease decimals box until it does show a whole percent. Now to get the other percents, I'm going to click on this little green box on the lower right of the cell, drag it down and release, and it just copies that down to all these other cells. And I'm going to add the grid line borders and center the entire table. So I'm selecting the whole thing. I'm going up to borders and selecting all borders. And while everything's still highlighted, I'm going to center things vertically and horizontally. And let me go down and label this class lectures. Okay, let me go ahead and save what I have. So that I don't lose my work if something happens. Clicking on the little save icon. And now for the Pareto chart. I need my bars to be in order from tallest to shortest. So I'm going to sort the table. I'm going to click B4, drag down through all the frequency numbers. And now up here under sort and filter, I'm going to sort largest to smallest. And there we go. Now notice these are highest to lowest. Now to create the Pareto chart, still I got these highlighted. I'm going to go up here and insert a bar chart, just the first one here. Click on that. I want to remove where it says total. Just click it and delete it. And I want to remove this little gray box here. So I'm going to right click it and hide all field buttons on chart. I clicked on the words below the first bar. That put a box around all of them. Now I'm going to go up, click on home, click bold. Click down near the bottom left corner of the graph. And notice how a box showed up around the graph. I'm going to right click on the bottom line of the box and select no outline. Okay, I'm going to add the title. So I'm going to double click on the words total and change that to class lectures. And I want that to be size 11 font and bold. Add the frequency label. So I'm going to click inside the graph somewhere. And then at the top of the page, find design, add chart element, axis titles, primary vertical. Notice a little box showed up here. Inside the box, I'm going to click. I'm going to delete what's here and instead type in frequency. Oh, and I want to make that bold. And click inside the graph between two bars. Box with circle should appear around the bars. Click on the left middle circle and drag it just a little bit to the right. Okay. And click on the frequency label and we can move it just a little bit over so it's not quite so close to those numbers. Click on the bottom left corner again. Drag the graph up so it's not quite so tall. You can make this go away. And that's pretty much it. So that looks pretty good. You can still see all the labels. I'm going to save this. And now I'm ready to submit it. So I'm going to go, if I know I've got this saved, I can close it out. And then I can go on Canvas under project, question 1, table and Pareto chart. There's a place to submit that. When I click that, go down here to choose the file, find the folder where I have it on my computer. It was spreadsheet for test student. Open that and submit it. And it is submitted.